Seek and Destroy is the only track from Kill 'Em All that is played on every Metallica show across the years. It's the first Metallica song ever to become such a huge metal hit, and it stood the test of time and became one of the most iconic tunes in Metallica's discography. So let's dig deep in Seek and Destroy, and let's see what is so special about it. Welcome friends to yet another episode of Why They Don't Suck. Seek and Destroy has one of the strongest openings to a Metallica song. It jumps straight to a really strong, groovy, and catchy riff. Then we jump into the main riff, but the real interesting story is about the verse riff. Seek and Destroy was inspired by a Diamond Head song called Dead Reckoning, and the part where the influence is super vivid to the point where it's almost the same melody is the verse riff. Something else we notice is that Kill 'Em All has these sort of transitions that has this sort of type of melody, sound, and feel that was never ever recreated outside Kill 'Em All. And all the songs are full of such stuff, and Seek and Destroy is no exception. I don't know if you get me, but these are the sort of style of guitar parts I'm talking about. Something else about Seek and Destroy is the quality of composition compared to most songs on Kill 'Em All that have too much solos scattered all over the composition. Like literally, most Kill 'Em All tracks have like 3 or 4 solos in a single composition. And also quite random transitions. But hey, that's why we love Kill 'Em All. But on Seek and Destroy, it's a totally different story. It's a self-sufficient composition with smooth transitions and a mature song structure that kind of predicted the quality of songwriting that would be continued on after Kill 'Em All, considering that Seek and Destroy is the slowest track on Kill 'Em All, if not counting Anesthesia. Now it's time to break down the lyrics. On fun fact, a lot of radio stations and media entities began banning certain songs off the radio after the 9/11 terrorist attacks that were lyrically questionable or sensitive, and one of these media entities was Clear Channel Communications, who had over 1,000 radio stations, and one of the Metallica songs that was banned was Seek and Destroy, and other Metallica songs like Harvester of Sorrow and Fade to Black. So what are the Seek and Destroy lyrics about? Well, it's about having the urge to kill someone. Yeah, I would see why it was banned. So the lyrics state that the person is searching and scanning the place for a person to start a fight with. As in, we're scanning the scene in the city tonight, we're looking for you to start up a fight. And they talk a bit that he's gonna kill him, as in, say goodbye to the world you live in, and there is no escaping, that's for sure. The lyrics also state that his urge would never stop until he kills someone, as in, our brains are fired with the feeling to kill, and it won't go away until our dreams are fulfilled. And it also states that they are having all their time focused on finding that guy, so any trial to run away would simply be in vain, as in, there's only one thing on our minds, don't try running away, because you're the one we'll find. Well, yeah, pretty immature lyrics, and certainly not the best from what James has to offer, But that's the whole deal about Kill 'Em All, yeah? Lyrics that are immature and kinda goofy. And James would eventually really develop as a songwriter after that and write lyrical masterpieces like One and Disposable Heroes. Now let's talk about the middle section. The middle section starts out with a fast drum beat, faster than the entire song, which is cool on the studio version. But man, Lars really takes advantage of his moment on live performances of Seek and Destroy.
London, say hi to Lars.
And then we transition into one of the most underrated and catchy Metallica riffs on Kill 'Em All. Man, what a great riff that is. It's super groovy and catchy. And then we get to the solo, which is pretty interesting because it's literally a rip-off from Saxon's Princess of the Night. It feels like the exact same thing. And it's not just the lead parts themselves that make it literally copy-paste, but the whole vibe, like the guitar parts before the solo. Is the same, and how it's repeated after each lead fill. And some people say that Mustaine, the solo he wrote on No Life to Leather demo, it's better than the solo Kirk wrote on Kill 'Em All. But man, no, it's too random and all over the place. The Kirk one, while it does not reflect his best work at all, it is still much more polished than the demo. Of course, because it's on the studio version. Then, how do we transition back to the normal tempo, verse and chorus? We transition back to the intro riff, the very catchy one in the beginning. After we finish verse number 3 and chorus number 3, we get ready for the outro, which man has a really groovy and evil riff. And sets the road for the song's conclusion perfectly. And it also appeared to be such an iconic moment in Metallica concerts, where the crowd can make a participation with the band and, sing the riff. And the riff actually was not on the demo, and thank God they added it, because the song becomes so much more rich with the variety and different parts. Now that's it. That was the Seek and Destroy analysis. But before you go, make sure to enter my Telegram channel, link in description, where you can participate in polls, ask me questions, have discussions, and become a part of the channel and the content.